We hope you're ready now for the final bit of action from Zwartkops and the Extreme Festival, the double header. And it's now time for Volkswagen Challenge. "32 cars about to go and do battle." It's always interesting to see, particularly when that man's involved. Ian Pepper, he's fighting hard here with the usual contenders in Class A. And since he's come to Class A, they certainly have had their wits about them and been tested to limits that they probably would never have been pushed to. The lights are about to go out and Pepper's on pole. Let's see if he can keep it all together as they head down towards turn number 1. Is he going to be able to keep it at the front end? No, he's not. On the inside line, Stian Kriel using that dirty line off the start and gets the drop into turn 1. Now into turn 2, leads out over Pepper. Then you got Devin Piazzamusso. Valdi Mikey's coming through there as well rapidly. Little wheel on the dirt for the Monroe car of Lyle Ramsey. He's just behind these two, Adrian Wood and Clark, side by side. Just enough room given. Oh, no! Not. Maybe not. As Gavin Ross got out of shape, he put a wheel on the dirt and spun out and heading towards the left-hand side of the circuit and into the tyre wall. That is a big, big moment there. And I think we might be seeing a red flag situation. We got cars left, right, and centre and parked all over the circuit. Not the way you want to start this. Bob Neal getting completely out of shape. This is Jacques Smith's point of view. You can see that was the return of the no-brake car, and Neil with nowhere to go, straight into the left-hand side kitty litter and into the tyre wall. Brad Hall, after all the work getting this car fixed, the Hellerman Titan team have lost their driver at the very first time of asking. You can see he's not happy about that.
Oh, Greg, that is scary stuff. That is flat out in 4th gear. So we restart here now once again. Does look like a much better start there from Ian Pepper and Piazzamusso going into turn number 1. But it is once again Stian Kriel in the Spaniard car. He's going to get the whole shot. Going to go very defensive into turn 2, not allowing any other driver on the inside. There we go, holding the line as the rest of the 32 cars come steaming through now. Turn number 2.
Nice move there from Stian Kriel to keep out Pepper. In the mid-pack, can they all get through turn 2? Yes, they can. Class C led out by, looks like it's going to be a bit of a fight there. I think we might see Rory Atkinson fighting hard with Wouter Roos and Sean Kraus. Also got a little glimpse of Leon Odendahl in there, the Golden Era car doing well. Voldy Mindsqueeze hanging on for now. Mankey's in 4th place, but he's got a huge mountain to climb because look at these two at the front end, getting away. Stian Kriel ahead of Pepper. Then it's Piazzamusso and Kraus squeezing Valdi Mikey's as they come into Sassel.
The corner speed that these cars are carrying through turn 4 and 5. Look at that 4-wheel drifting there as they go through turn 6, but it's still that man out front. That's Kriel in the Spaniard car. It's all about Ian Pepper, Devin Piazzamusso, Wayne Masters thrown in the mix there now as well. Is Sean Neal and Wayne Kraus, Gavin Roos. So there is immense battling going out on track there for the top 3 in the A's.
Hollywood having a good run there as well, Holiday, and he's just ahead of Luan Roos. You can see fighting for honours in Class C. We're back with the Class B's here. This is Nick Clark getting a little bit up close and personal as he gets on the inside of Woody, and he's got De Lange just ahead of him. So Andre De Lange thrown into the mix here as well, one of the Class A competitors. But look at this, Wood and Clark side by side again. This ended up in tears, we saw as they put wheels on the dirt. Don't put any wheels on the dirty stuff, it'll get out of shape there. But this is brilliant stuff here between Clark and Wood.
I love that little look to the left to say, my bad, I'm going to squeeze you out. This is where rubbing is racing was invented. Look at this.
Look at Pepper. He's telling you exactly how to rub and race. As he goes into Kenwood, he takes the lead.
And the little look left.
And he has a look for sure, saying, yeah, this is the way you do it. Stian Kriel, no answer here to Pepper. He's trying to come back at him almost instantaneously as they come down.
Problems on that car.
Yeah. I was about to say, that didn't sound good. That gear change did not sound good at all as they come into the final turn. He's found a gear eventually, but it's not the drive gear. You can see Pepper pulling away ever so slightly. That is allowing Wayne Masters, Sean Neal, Kraus, and potentially even De Lange to close in.
In Class B, it's all about Nick Clark, Adrian Wood, Lyle Ramsey, and they're not too far behind our leading group. Sideways stuff.
Kriel completely out of shape on the brakes. Not what you want to be doing down into turn 2. It catches you out so many times. The off camber is what had him there. And there we can see going through for Class A and B. The rest of the field streaming past as Stian Kriel had to pull to the sideline. Speaking of pulling to the sideline, Valdi Mikey's out as well.
Yeah, not happy with that car. You can see just having to be forced off the circuit here as we go back on board here now with Stian Kriel. This is going into turn 2 and just locking it up. I wonder if it is that gearbox problem there, just locking that car up and spinning out of contention.
Maybe not going into second like he wanted to and going maybe into first gear and locked it up completely. We're on to the final lap and heading up to the top of the hill. This is the battle for C's. Wouter Roos hanging on. Ian Pepper's going to take Class A. He doesn't have anybody in his rearview mirrors at all to worry about. Devin Piazzamusso has closed in on him, but it's to about 2.5, 3 seconds down the road. Pepper in the Campos and Pepper racing machine is going to take the win. He comes across the line, and what a good effort there from the Motocross Commission President. A little bit further back, it's Nick Clark. Will he hang on? Yes, he will. Beats out Adrian Wood, only just to the line for Class B honours. And Lyle Ramsey will come through for third place there in the Class Bs. Class C, it is all about a hard-charging Rory Atkinson. He eventually found a way through on Vota. Vota Rus will have to settle for second, and a great drive from Kraus for third.
In the A's then, it was all about Ian Pepper, Devon Piazza Musso, Wayne Masters, Sean Neal, Wayne Kraus, and Gavin Ross riding out your top 6.
Class B, Nick Clark beats out Adrian Wood, Lyle Ramsey, Shark Smith, Andy Gossman, Luan Ruiz, and Andre Kalitz.
Class C, it's Rory Atkinson, Wouter Ruiz, Sean Kraus, and Christelle rounding out your top 4 drivers.
Let's catch up with the race 1 winner, Ian Pepper.
It was good. I don't know what happened to him. He fell off behind. I thought he was going to T-bone me, but I think he was overdriving a little bit. But all compliments to Lee and his team for getting us back on song this weekend. It's been good so far, so hopefully we can pull another one off in the second race.
It was all about the Posse drive car at the front, but what a battle for Nick Clark and Adrian Wood.
It's a good season so far. Had a little bit of a problem in the beginning, but we managed to keep the positivity up and pull through for another win. I mean, it's very close at the front of B at the moment, so it's a lot of competition. That's good. We're happy. It's a good day so far.
The Class C winner was Rory Atkinson.
The back of Class B was getting quite wild, but got a good start and just had a good run behind the guys, and the Posse drive cars were nice and quick.
Move straight into race number 2 now. And a little bit of chopping and changing, some modifications and some breakages that had to be sorted out. But needless to say, I think all 32 didn't quite make it out. We've got 30 cars coming back to do battle now for race number 2.
Great to see that Stian Creel has sorted that car out. Whatever problems he had in the Spaniard car is sorted out. So he'll be dicing up front for that wheel. And once again, gets a good whole shot there, side by side there with Ian Pepper. But if there was a whole shot award, it would go to the Spaniard car of Stian Creel.
Yeah, it's 3 in a row that he's got there as they get down towards turn 2. Ooh, a little locking up from Pepper and some little dodges that had to happen halfway through. As McGregor got out of shape in the Grange workwear car coming together with Reiner van Heerden. Andre Kalitz has to move right off the track into the kiddie litter. That's not a good start there from Kalitz in the AC Group Polo. But at the front end, it is Valdi Mankies. Looks like Lee Thompson's got his car sorted out and he moves into third place. He has got Devon Piazza Musso. Oh, Lindsay Kleur also with some battle scars. So a couple of cars getting together there and having to go evasive to try and miss the action there between the Grange workwear car of McGregor as they came through turn 1.
Oh, look at this battle for Class B honours there. 4 cars side by side. Nick Clark, Gavin Ruiz, Adrian Wood and Lyle Ramsey fighting for track position now. The Munro car through the left-hander going into the final turn now. This is where you can make the moves stick, but I don't think they'll be doing anything just yet. You can see the yellow flags out, so no overtaking in turn 1. We're going to have to wait and see. You can see one of the cars there faking to the inside, but having to think twice about that because you will get that 30-second penalty if you pass under a yellow flag.
Yeah, Wayne Masters had a big look and had to tuck straight back in again, realizing there was... Oh, and Pepper out of shape. Was he helped out? I think he might have been. There might have been a little touch from behind there, and that would have come probably from Devon Piazza Musso or Wayne Masters. Pepper gets back on track, but you can see not a happy camper further back there. He's behind Sean Kraus, Wayne Kraus, I beg your pardon, as they go through turn 3 and now heading up to the top into turn 4. He's got huge amounts of ground to make up. It was Valdi Mikey's. I think we might have squeezed him out. And Mikey's now out of shape. Wow, have we got a race of attrition going on here?
Now, Greg, the heat is on because these guys really are getting in all kinds of sideways off and on the circuit. And Valdo Mainkeys, I don't think that's the first time that we've seen him already spin out in this race. But watch out for that car. Now, Ian Pepper, after being, shall we say, nudged off. Oh, we can hear more tires squealing there into turn 4. There is definitely something on the circuit. The heat is definitely playing a huge factor here now with tire grip out on track.
Yeah, Kalitz unfortunately getting out there. Looks like Quinton Needham also on the sideline. So some issues on some of the cars through turn 4. We've got green flags up at turn 5 though, and they start to come through thick and fast. Greg Gossman making his way through there in the Posse Drive Golf as he gets up ahead and forces some maneuvers there from the Niels. Diving into pit lane. One of the cars, I think that might be Christelle. Yes, Dell Automation Machine into pit lane. There you can see the battle continuing. Oh man, it is so close. And there's 4x4 coming out of there. Votarus on the outside, looking to try and squeeze through. Can he do it? As he comes up alongside and tries to find a way through there on Kalitz. Kalitz is making his way back to the front end. That's Andre de Lange. Andre de Lange, one of the probably most underrated front-wheel drive drivers in the country. And he is in Volkswagen Challenge in the thick of big battles through the field. Oh, speaking of in the thick, that is Luan Ruiz coming together with Baldy Monkeys, and Monkeys out again. Oh, he's had a terrible day.
And there was already a yellow flag out there. You could see just getting tapped there and getting spun out. The spectators there at turn number 4 have had an action-packed day so far. You can see Monkeys not too happy with that maneuver. One man that is happy, though, is Stian Kriel. After what was a disastrous race number 1, has come here in race number 2 and stamped his authority on this race. Ian Pepper, though, look at that, coming through the field, thick and fast.
And Wayne Masters is giving him a massive run. And Devin Piazzamusso as well. Devin Piazzamusso all over the back of Pepper, and it's Masters just behind them. So the two Zwartkops are fighting hard. The Piazzamusso motorsport machine is going so well. I can tell you, Allegiance and Reef Suppliers on the side of that car, they'll be very happy. Oh, Pete Porchita just getting out of the way of Nick Clark as he comes flying through. He leads Class B. Look at the gap he's got. And this is the gap that Wouter Ruiz has got for Class C. So he's pulled a massive advantage now over Greg Gossman in the Posi Drive Golf. Rory Atkinson in the Polo, unfortunately, hasn't had the answer. This is Pepper. He's come through the field rapidly. He's up in a second place and closing in on Kriel. But on his tail is Masters. And Devin Piazzamusso also not too far off.
Oh, Ian Pepper, look at the corner speed at the top of the hill. He's got a couple of turns to try and make an input now on Stian Kriel. I don't think he's going to be close enough, but Ian Pepper is giving everything he's got to try and pick up the second win here. He's even using the dirt. He's trying to get all the bit of track that he can. Look, just behind them, that battle for third place is definitely down between Wayne Masters and Devin Piazzamusso, but it will be Stian Kriel only just ahead of Ian Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper using some of the Husqvarna lines through there as well on the dirt.
Oh, yes.
Right, in Class B, it's Nick Clark. He's got a big margin because Gavin Ross kept Adrian Wood and Lyle Ramsey behind him. So a good effort there from the championship winner from last year, number 1, Nick Clark, to get away. No worries at all here for the Strata drilling machine of Wouter Ruiz. He has a massive margin over second place Greg Gossman, and Gareth Lyke will come through for third in the Class Cs.
Oh, let's just catch our breaths there. Class A was all about Stian Kriel, Ian Pepper, Wayne Masters, Devin Piazzamusso, Sean Neal and Wayne Krause rounding out your top 6.
Yeah, B's Clark ahead of Adrian Wood, Lyle Ramsey, Jacques Smith, Bob Neal, Andre De Lange, and then Gossman just beating out Holiday Jr.
Class C, Wouter Ruiz stamping his authority ahead of Greg Gossman, Gareth Lyke there in third, and Rory Atkinson down in fourth, not where he wants to be.
But in the championship, Rob, he's still at the top end of the field. So Stian Kriel in second place, Adrian Wood closing him down, Nick Clark in fourth, and Pepper in fifth. Let's catch up with Kriel.
So from the start, all the way second, we managed to get to the lead. Got a little bit of a gap from Ian Pepper. 2 laps later, he lost it behind me and I managed to get away. And then my gearbox started giving issues, all the synchros and stuff, just not engaging. But we managed to finish just in ahead of Pepper. So I guess we can say we got lucky on that one.
Another good outing for the Munro man, Lyle Ramsey.
We've got some suspension work that we are busy upgrading. Unfortunately, I wasn't ready on time, but you know what? I think good things come with time and I can't wait. And Munro and Fuchs on board, things can only get better.
It's gone really well for Wouter Ruiz this weekend as well in C's.
Lots of cars fell off, lots of oil on the track, and I was lucky to miss all of it. So the race was a bit boring, but a win is a win, and I'll gladly take it.
What an action-packed weekend. A doubleheader at Zwartkops is always good. The next round of exciting action from the Extreme Festival heads down to the Friendly City. And on the 15th of July, we'll be there to bring you all the action from the Extreme Festival in Port Elizabeth.